Welcome to any newbies and obviously my other subscribers. Welcome. It is Monday morning here in Australia and I am voiceovering a video that I was playing is what I was doing with this video. I was just playing to see what I could do with these oxides in a slightly different way. Something I've been wanting to do is do things, you might end up with a similar result, but do it a little differently. So obviously we paint with oxides, we spray with oxides, the list is endless what we can do with them, right? But what I thought I'd do is I'd pull out my Finnabair Art Basics 2-inch silicone brush for two reasons. One, I didn't want a bristled brush. I didn't want that to absorb the ink. And I wanted to use, I want to find another way of using this brush other than just putting gesso onto a page. So this is what I came up with. I thought, think water paint, but start with a white background and see if you can't load up the ink. Yes, I'm wetting, so I'm using it like a watercolor basically, but it's the oxide. And what I'm doing is I'm running the ink, the paint in inverted commas, the medium. I'm running it along the edge of the brush. So I'm obviously doing some sort of gingham-esque sort of checkered pattern, purely because that was the easiest thing I could think of at the time while I was playing. This was a last minute Saturday evening and I just wanted to play, and I turned the video on because, you know, sometimes when we just play, we come up with some it actually looks really good. So I turned the video on and this was just me not even trying to do anything specific. But see, I'm using the same brush, the silicone brush, and because I'm using the same distress oxide. It's the SPUN sugar, which I really, believe it or not, struggle to use SPUN sugar in my distress inks because it's so light. And I was thinking it would be the same with the oxides, but I actually found that it was good. I could see it. It is a little bit washed out with my lighting, but in the still photos, when you have a look on Facebook, you can see that it turns out really good. I was actually really happy with it. So that's why I decided that I would do a voiceover on it and take some photos to show you that, you know, we don't necessarily always have to do the same thing with the same tools. So I cleaned that up and then my brain was still ticking. So the photos that I'm scrapbooking are two Easter photos from when my daughter Taylor, she dressed up her dog Gizmo in the cutest little bunny outfit. It was so cute. He's a Chihuahua and he lets her dress him up. He lets her, I mean, this dog has a bigger wardrobe than I do, honestly. And don't come at me for the fact that we dress up a dog, but the flip side to this is he loves it. He sits, he snuggles, he cuddles. We take the photos and then 9 times out of 10 we take the outfit off him because after all, he is a dog. So then what I decided to do, I thought, what about if I grabbed out, the stamp I'm using is a Stampin' Up dot stamp. I bought it secondhand. I don't even know if it's still available. I haven't got a clue. I'm not a Stampin' Up person, but it's called, okay, it's written on the box here, Itty Bitty Backgrounds. That's what it's called. I don't know. If you know a Stampin' Up person, if you are interested in this stamp, contact them and see if they have itty bitty backgrounds. But I really liked this stamp. Then I grabbed the lid off one of my small spray bottles. And basically what I'm trying to do here is, instead of introducing more colours, just do the oxide on top of the oxide, and see if, because the base lines, they were mixed with water. The stamps and the dots, they're not mixed with water. So essentially they showed up darker. So I thought that was pretty cool. That's, I'm not saying you've never seen it before, but the way I made this pattern, I actually was really, really happy with it, and it matched the little bunny outfit. Okay, I don't use those embossed cards, but I embossed them a couple of weeks ago, and I pulled them out because I thought, if I have any leftover ink, this is the Scrooge in me. If I have leftover ink anywhere, I want to get it on. I don't use my mixed media journals anymore. I'm not really into that at the moment, so I'm not going down that path. But I thought, if I had any leftover, I want to be able to wipe it onto something. So I pulled those embossed sheets out and thought, if there's any leftover, I'll wipe it on there. And it did work, and it did look okay. Wasn't a problem. You're going to watch me fumble with these Distress Oxides. Okay, so this, I'm just adding in a second colour. I'm not adding in, I don't want to, this one is Squeezed Lemonade. Now, Distress Oxide, as you can see there. Now, I did do a little bit of splatter. I don't do splatter, but I'm doing a little bit. See, that's why I don't do it. I really wanted it to be more about the dots than the splatter, but to be honest, they faded in the squeezed lemonade. See what I did? I just dragged it through just to see what it would do. Then I thought, oh, maybe if I just drag that across it might look a little bit better. And it did. So that was a little bit of a stepping stone for maybe my next video. I'm just having a play. So I'm just using white cardstock. Something I've been really into. When I work with mixed media, I like to just start with a black or a white background. I don't want to, I don't know, I like to just create from the beginning, start from scratch, that sort of thing. So this is where I end up with a nice yellow lemon border. And I know I didn't want to do blue. That was way too cliche. My daughter in that photo there that I just put, she's got a tie-dye yellow top on, and it has a bit of pink and a bit of lemon, but it does have blue, but you can't see it. It's because the blue's down lower. So this is where I'm like, okay, I'll make these borders a little bit thinner, I like a thin border. That's just who I am. That's just what I like. Now I do raise these up off the background. Now, you all know I love me a border. And no one can see a border yet. Don't worry, I fix it. I really do. I can't. I was trying so hard to ignore the fact that there was no border. And then I just went, no, I can't. So this was just me playing. Guys, I can't stress enough how sometimes just play. Do something you have never done before. So for me personally, the Distress Oxides are new to me. Now, all I'm doing here is using the same two colours, and I'm just using my little finger dauber, and I've done it before, but I usually use my brushes. Still waiting on my brushes from Amazon. So when I get those, I will be extremely happy, because I like my blends with those a little bit more. But you know what? These finger daubers with the Oxides, that was a winner. I'm actually quite happy with that, result. I really am. So and when I do this, I leave it on my Cricut mat. You can see that there is stain on my Cricut mat. I'll be truthful with you. These Cricut mats that I'm using, they're the ones that I bought with my Cricut originally, and they are about 2.5 years old, and they're still sticky. I do everything on them. It's what I do with them. I saw it and I figured I have bought cheaper ones. And that's going to be my go-to. This is me adding my border. So all I do is just turn the dauber around so I get sort of halfway and then turn it and get the rest of the ink on there. So this was my border. This was me going, you're not using another sheet of cardstock. You're just going to use that and be happy with it. So here I just wiped that one off. So as it's dried, it's become more of a peach than a yellow. The border, I have thought about going over it again, giving it a second coat, but you know what? This was just a play. This was just me mucking around. So I'm not too stressed that it wasn't. I learnt from it. And that's the most important thing for me on this channel, that we learn something. We take away something from my videos and you don't have to take away the whole thing. You don't have to scrap lift the whole thing. You might like the way the letters are two-tone. You might like the fact that I've done an offset on my Cricut, therefore giving my letters a white border. You might like the letters, by the way, I'll have this in the description, but the letters are the DTC COZY is the font, and that's on my Cricut. My Cricut is a Cricut Explore Air 2. I absolutely love every single part of it, and I have not got one fault with that machine. I will scream the praises of Cricut until my dying day. I tried an alternate electronic cutting machine and I hated it. So I went with Cricut and it was the best thing I ever did. I absolutely love it. I am using my Cricut a lot lately for my letters. You can use different fonts. So with your Cricut, you can literally have any font you want. I have the Cricut subscription, so I have access to every single font always. So I'm not bound by my thickers or by my words that are with my other stickers, you know. I can literally make up whatever title I want, and that is what I love. So, sorry, that was me saying, I'm back. I had to very quickly, what did I have to do? I was letting a dog out or a dog in or something. So this is me. So this is on fast forward, guys. If there's anything you want to slow down, anything like that, go for it. Just use the little dots and that will allow you to slow it down. And I ended up switching over to my hook to get these off because, I don't know, I think it just doesn't look as aggressive as the lifting tool, the large one with the mint color along the top. Mate, I use that for everything. So now I just put this together. Now I have debated as to whether I should have added some more flowers. Maybe I thought about some puppy paw prints. I could have walked around the page, but I just wanted it to be as simple as it is. It was just me playing with my distress oxides. That's all this page really was about. And so I just glued down my title and I didn't even go in with pen. I have since journaled on it, but as I say, I journal later. Now, these words are not going on straight. that I specifically didn't line them up perfectly because the lines that I put there aren't perfectly straight. So initially I started off trying to get them straight and then realized wonky works. Why do I have to have them straight? Wonky works fine. So I might give this idea another crack and see what I can come up with, and I'll use different colors obviously. So yeah, so now I'll just do the close-up for you. If you haven't already subscribed to me, I would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. That way you'll be notified every time I load up some more creative content. Sometimes I have quick videos like this, and sometimes I have videos that have lots and lots of different steps through them, and you can pause and stop and start and duplicate different things out of my videos. Sometimes I do reviews, and they're not paid reviews, they're just my opinion of something that I've purchased. And sometimes it's a video like this where I just decided to sit down, no pressure, and play. So that is the whole deal. I will have my links in the description below to my Facebook and to my Instagram, and you can check out the still shots there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye for now.